Okay, alright guys, you'll be learning number based system in this video, and by the time you finish this video you should be able to handle questions on number based system. And the first thing we'll be looking at in number based system under this topic is the change of base. And so how do you change base? What does it mean, right? So I'm going to solve an example here for you to understand. So example 1, express 45,078 in expanded notation form. That's very simple. For you to be able to do that, you need to understand place values. Take for example 45,078. The place value of 4 here is 10,000. The place value of 5 is 1,000. The place value of 0 is 100. The place value of 7 is 10, and the place value of 8 is units. So what do you do next, right? Okay, now this is it. The place value means that if you multiply 4 by 10,000, just pay attention. If you multiply 5 by 1,000, since that is its place value, if you multiply 0 by 100, 7 by 10, and 8 by 1, if you add all of these together, you would have 45,078. Now since you get that, so the next thing is that you express this in their index form. So we have 4 times 10. Now count the number of 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Raised to the power of 4 plus this also 5 times 10 raised to the power of 3 plus 7 times 10 raised to the power of 0 times 10 raised to the power of 2 plus 7 times 10 raised to the power of 1 plus 8 times 1. This is actually odd. You cannot have 8 times 1. So what do? Recall that any number raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1 from the laws of indices. So instead of placing 8 times 1, we can actually write 8 times 10 raised to the power of 0. If you write it this way, it will look even, isn't it? Alright, so let's do that. We have 4 times 10 raised to the power of 4 plus 5 times 10 raised to the power of 3 plus 0 times 10 raised to the power of 2 plus 7 times 10 raised to the power of 1 plus 8 times 10 raised to the power of 0. What I have just done here is to expound 45,078 in an expanded notation form. So anytime you see a question like this is actually what they mean. So that's very simple. Well, that's the basic, let me say, the primary part of this particular topic. Then what if you are not asked, aside from that, what if you are asked rather that you should change the base of a number? Take for example, let's say example 2. I are told to convert 432 in base 5 to base 10. How? That's very simple. If you pay attention, you are going to get that now. How do we solve this kind of question? Well, let's rewrite our question. 432 in base 5. I want to convert to a number in base 10. Simple. We will use our knowledge of expanded notation form. Our knowledge of expanded notation form is what we will apply here. And that's so simple. Let's see. You need to just number it from the back. 0, 1, 2. Can you see? Why are you doing that, right? Very simple. So what you need to do next is to write 4 times, the base is 5, right? 5 raised to the power of 2 plus 3 times 5 raised to the power of, what number do we have? A 1 plus 2 times 5 raised to the power of 0. Okay, now if you compare this and this together, looks alike, isn't it? Okay, that's why I said you will be applying the your knowledge of expounding notation for in this. Alright, so let's see what we have. 4 times 5 times 5. What does that mean? That's because 5 times 5 is the same thing as 5 raised to the power of 2 plus 3 times 5 plus 2 times 1. Why? Because recall that n raised to the power of 0 equal to 1. So here we have 5 raised to the power of 0 equal to what? 1. Okay, let's see. So here we have 5 times 5, which is 25. So we write 4 times 25 plus 3 times 5 plus 2 times 1. Okay, now we need to multiply this. So 4 times 25, that's 100 plus 3 times 5, that is 15, plus 2 times 1, that is 2. Alright, so we need to add together. 100 plus 15, that's 115, and plus 2, that's 117, which is in base 10. Although you may present your answer as 117 without writing base 10, you are still correct, but for proper understanding, I would put base 10 in. So that's how to convert from any base to base 10. That's so simple, isn't it? Alright, okay, quickly do this yourself then. 1237 in base 8. Convert this to a number in base 10. So you can do that yourself. Okay, now your answer should be 671 in base 10 if you are correct. So that's supposed to be your answer. So guys, that's how to convert from other bases to base 10. So that's very simple, isn't it? Okay, now but then let's see, how about converting from base 2 numbers to base 10 numbers? That's very simple. Let's see. Converting base 2 numbers to base 10 numbers. Okay, now guys, this is a very simple approach because it's very simple. So what do we mean by base 2 numbers? Well, you should know that base 2 numbers, in other words, we call them binary numbers. So it consists of just 1 and 0 because okay, let me tell you this. If you are talking about base 2, the highest number will be base 1. If you are talking about base 3, the highest number will be base 2. If you are talking about base 4, the highest number in that base will be 3, number 3. If you are talking about base 5, the highest number will be 4, and so on. Okay, so now converting base 2 numbers to base 10 numbers, that's very simple. Let me show you. Okay, let us look at an example. Example 1 under this. Yes, example 1. Okay, if you are told to convert 110 1 1 to a number in base 10. How? Okay, let me show you. That's a very simple question. Of course, you will see questions like this more often if you are still in senior secondary school and so on, so you encounter questions like this. So how do we do this? First thing, let's write the question. 11011 in base 2. You already know that's in base 2. So just like what you did here, you number it from the back also. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see? Alright, then now we can now expand. So what do? We just have, we multiply 1 times the base raised to the power of the number you have here. So that will be what? 1 times 2 raised to the power of 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 3 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 0. Okay, let's see. Now we have, let me just write the question. We have 1 1 0 1 1 in base 2, 0 1 2 3 and 4. So I said you just expand, you express it in its expanded notation form, and that's 1 times 2 raised to the power of 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 3 plus 0 times 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to the power of 0. Okay, alright, so let's see the next thing. It's very simple. The next thing is that we start expressing them. We have to evaluate it. If we have 2 raised to the power of 4, the value 2 raised to the power of 3, you write the value. 2 raised to the power of 2, you write it. 2 raised to the power of 1, you put it there. 2 raised to the power of 0 also. So let's see, that's going to be, so what's 2 raised to the power of 4? 2 raised to the power of 4 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, and that's 16. Okay, what if you have 2 raised to the power of 3? That's same thing as 2 times 2 times 2, and that's 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, that's 8. Okay, 2 raised to the power of 2, that's 2 times 2, right? And that's 4. And 2 raised to the power of 1 remains 2. And 2 raised to the power of 0, like I explained earlier. I told you that anything raised to the power of 0 from the law of indices, anything raised to the power of 0 equals to 1. So you can apply that here. So you have 2 raised to the power of 0 equals to 1. So let's just substitute these values. So we have 1 times 16 plus 1 times 8 plus 0 times 4 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 1. Why? Because 2 raised to the power of 0 equals to 1. Alright, so we have 1 times 16, that's 16. 1 times 8, that's 8. 0 times 4, that's 0. 1 times 2, that's 2. And 1 times 1, that is 1. So the next thing is that we add together 16 plus 8, that's 24. 24 plus 0 remains 24. 24 plus 2, that's 26. Plus 1, that's 27. Do not forget it is in base 10, which means that 11011 in base 2 is equal to 27 in base 10. So that's very simple. It's a very simple approach. So why not try this yourself then? Convert 1011 to in base 2 to a number in base 10.